This is Toby with Birdsong Studios. How are you guys doing today? Thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. Before I forget, please be sure to like the video if this resonates with you, and please be sure to subscribe to the video. If you're following the link through Facebook, that works out just fine. Of course, you're able to access the video. However, if you do subscribe to the channel, then it helps the videos get out to more people in YouTube land, and then also you'll have that notification as well, so that in case you happen to miss a Facebook post, you will be notified when I upload. So thank you very much. I appreciate your support of the channel. Thank you for doing that. It does make a big difference in how the algorithm shares my videos, my content, or does not. So we are looking at the new moon in Taurus, which occurs on May the 7th. And interestingly, some sources I referred to indicate that this will actually peak at 11:22 Eastern Daylight Savings Time. So two master numbers there, and with 22 being the master builder, and that really, really, really hit me when I came across that time for this moon peaking, because it does feel like this Taurus new moon is going to be some beautifully supportive energies of everything that we have been working towards, and we have been bringing the bricks together, and now we're being given this opportunity, this window of supportive energies to help us in the actual creation of the thing, of the goal, of the dream, of the wish, of the manifestation, of the plan even. With the, I have cat hair on our sigil, sorry about that. My cat likes to help when I'm drawing the sigils. And this sigil feels so vibrational, even in the physical representation of it. Of course, they always are energetically, as is everything, but the music that comes through this for me was really striking. So, and Taurus is a very, of course, very earthy, very grounded, very stable, very steadfast energy, but it's also very feely. It's very, I'm hearing it is connected. No, that's not what I'm hearing. What I'm hearing is, oh, interesting. It is connected into the spiritual realm through sensory input. Ooh, that's fascinating, huh? Connected to the spiritual realm through sensory input. So receiving information, downloads, messaging, and guidance from the spiritual realm through sensation. So that can be a clairsentience, but I'm also feeling it from a more literal perspective, being the observer, and not just the observer of the physical experience, but the experiencer of the physical experience. So actually allowing oneself, or shall I say, if you're someone with Taurean energy, it is natural for you to experience things in a sensory manner, and that would be a full body sensory manner, a physical experience. It's hard for my Aquarian brain to put this into words for you because with a lot of air energy, we can have the tendency, or the our default maybe is to experience things in a very mental plane. But for this Taurean energy, it's giving us an opening into give me just a second. I'm feeling into it and shutting the brain off. It's giving us an opening into receiving the wisdom and the alignment, that vibrational alignment with our physical experience, with the sensory input we get from ourselves, right? From our nerves, from the touch of something, the smell of something, the sight of something, the hearing of something, the sound of something, and being able to translate those vibrational frequencies into information, and doing so through our physical structure, our physicality. And that is the communication with the spiritual realm through the sensory experience. Wow, that's really cool. Really, really cool. So I would invite you, especially if maybe you don't have much earth in your chart, or maybe you don't know your birth chart, but if you are aware that you have the tendency to experience things from a very analytical or mental space, or even an emotional state, so that you identify maybe with your emotional, with the emotional story of an experience versus the actual physical sensation of the experience. I would invite you around this new moon to allow yourself to embody that Taurean energy. And that's going to add another layer of information into the building of this plan, of this dream, goal, manifestation that you've been working towards. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say. We're going to start out with some oracles. Are we? Yes, we are. Okay. Sacred Forest Oracle has been... Is that what this is? No, I'm sorry. The Shaman's Dream Oracle has been calling to me since yesterday for this reading, so we will let them be first. Why them, you ask? Them because there are so many different energies within this deck. I felt somebody asking that. This feels very relevant. Oh, let me put it in the correct orientation here. Yeah. Oh, okay. So if you happen... Oh, there we go. I can get it straight. Maybe not. Trying to get it out of the glare. Sorry, guys. Oh, this is where... I will have better lighting here soon. But I'm working on one light at this point. Oh my gosh. The light's just... Let me try something else. Here we go. Okay. Bear with me. I'm having a moment. Okay. So... Eyes of the Eagle rising above the fray. It's card number 18. You know what? Check this out. So... This new moon, I pulled up the chart for the new moon. This new moon in Taurus, which means that the sun is at the same degree of Taurus. They're both at 18 degrees. No kidding. Look at this. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with my orientation here? Okay. Sorry. Anyway, we have to laugh at the silliness. Okay, so if you've seen the other post that I did, it's not up at the time of this reading, but I will be putting it up soon. There was some information that came through about I'm recording this on 5/5, and so there was information that came through, and my feeling into the energy of Mars and Aries, and how the new moon in Taurus is assisting us with that Mars and Aries energy. And it was about, and the theme of it was reaching a new vantage point. And look at the, oh, where'd it go? Eyes above the fray. Right, so anyway, a new perspective. Interesting. Card number 18. This moon is at 18 degrees of Taurus, as is the sun. Which brings up another point. There is also, let me shuffle one more time. We also have a triple conjunction, because we have Venus, Uranus, and Jupiter in Taurus at this time. They're not at the same degrees of Taurus. Venus is at 10 degrees. Again, the sun and the moon are at 18. Uranus is at 22 degrees. Interesting, because it happens at 11:22. And Jupiter is at 25 degrees. So, all right, let's see what we have here for this. Caterpillar opportunity. Yep. Here's this opening, this opportunity, this expansion, and the unfolding. The unfolding came through that message too. So the unfolding of the butterfly wings after being cocooned. And I feel like this is we are building a structure through this new moon that will allow for the unfolding of our butterfly wings. This is the foundation we need. So this is the energy we're being given at this time, is this vibrational frequency to allow for the building of the structure that will support us in our manifestations, our dreams, our goals, our plans, our wishes going forward. The things that we have brought together that have coalesced through the process of the last few months. Everything, there's been such huge transition for so many, I mean, let's just be real, all of us on some level, right? Huge transitions, whether physical, whether, and I don't mean someone passing transition, but transformations that you have felt in your physical body, in your being, in your physicality, whether it's health related or whether it is ascension related. There have been transformations in our thought forms, the way we perceive the world around us, the way we perceive ourselves, most importantly. There have been transformations in our environment, whether we have brought those into being ourselves or whether they have happened as a matter of the course of what is going on in the external world. So we have huge transformation, just as we have here with this caterpillar energy. And look at how pretty she is. Ooh, that's very Venusian, isn't it? Right? We have, so Venus is also, well, let me say this correctly. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is in its domicile in Taurus. And so there's lots of Venusian energy here, just being the new moon in Taurus, and now and also Venus is in Taurus at this time. So there's that, again, very sensual, soft, soothing energy. And that's part of what we're building too. What is soothing for you? What feels soft and nurturing to you? What feels cozy and comfortable to you? And making sure, and this is part of allowing yourself that time and that space to really drop into the Taurean energy and see how that feels. How does it feel for you? And then using that, sorry for the notifications, using that as, hang on, using that as a means of measuring other things in your experience. And not measuring as in judging, but measuring as in discerning. So measuring as in discerning whether or not you want to take that experience with you moving forward, or whether or not you want to experience that again moving forward. Is it part of the foundation you are building now? Do you want it to be part of the foundation you're building now? And if not, then what changes need to be made in the foundation you're creating that allow for more of this comforting, soothing, soft, easeful energy that will allow you to be soothed as you know, when it's a much smoother unfolding if we're in a state of ease. So what can we do to create that for ourselves? Oh, wow. And then we have hollow bone teachability. Oh, that's fascinating. 28. Let me show it to you. I feel very quiet now. I was much louder and a little bit more boisterous with the last card because she feels very indulgent. And at the same time, allowing ourselves, it's creating again from this space of the new, this hollow bone, allowing yourself to, and it's self-teaching, right, with this process, but it's also when you allow yourself to be in these new spaces, energetically speaking, you're allowing yourself, you're opening yourself to new information, new wisdom, new guidance, new direction from your guides, from the wisdom in the ethers that's available to us all, that collective consciousness of knowing, of direction. And that's not to say that each of us are directed towards the same end point. Well, there's not really an end point, but towards the same goal. Not at all. But it's, each of us has our own perspective of that collective consciousness, right? And it's meaningful in that way because then it is resonant for each of us in a way that is unique for us, for the individual. So allowing yourself the space to tap into that ancient wisdom that is available, and that feels very earthy and ancestral too. That goes along with that Taurean energy. Allowing yourself to learn something new about yourself and the world and life, and to then implement that in your own life. Implement that as part of the foundation of what we're putting together. We've talked about foundations for a while now. However, we're reaching this new point of perspective because we've changed, right? The world is changing, but most importantly, we've changed. So it is a time of a reevaluation too. And with Pluto just going retrograde on May 2nd, retrograde until I think October 11th in Aquarius. So now we have all this new information that we've gathered over the last 4 months, a little over 3 months that Pluto has been in Aquarius. And so now we're at this point of, okay, let's go back over all this transformation that we've had, and let's see how does that change this foundation that we've been working on. Does it change it? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't for you. Maybe it does though. Do you have, now that you have a new perspective on yourself, do you have a new perspective on that which you're creating? And allowing yourself to evolve. You know, you may have been working towards a particular goal and now it doesn't feel relevant anymore, is what I'm getting. It's not that it doesn't feel relevant for you. It doesn't hold the attraction. It doesn't hold the passion. When you feel into the Taurean energy of it, right? When you embody that Taurean energy and you feel into that goal, it doesn't feel the same to you physically. So what does? Allowing yourself to evolve and not feeling, I would say we're being given an opportunity to emerge from the chrysalis again even. All right, let me go back. Let me back up a little bit. We're being given this opportunity before we emerge from the chrysalis to reevaluate and to really hone in on that which feels supportive, what feels comforting, that feels soothing, that feels solid, nourishing, nurturing. And not just, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to stop apologizing. My stomach is growling, so if you hear that, I haven't had breakfast yet. So And it tends to do that when I channel too. It's an interesting side effect, so to speak. Allowing yourself to evolve, allowing yourself without judging yourself for changing your mind. You are all of a sudden the word is gone, but you are capable of changing your mind. And there's no need for judgment. Everybody is deserving. It's not deserving. I can't even think of the word. But anyway, it's not a problem to change your mind. It's not a problem. It's only a problem if you... Oh gosh, that was kind of harsh. Well, I heard it's only a problem if you make it a problem. So that is true. However, we don't necessarily have to be that harsh with ourselves. But maybe that works for somebody out there and that resonates for you. That's funny. One of the guides was rather... It might be one of mine, to be honest. It's only a problem if you make it a problem, Toby. But truly, it is. It's only a problem if we judge it, right? It's only a problem if we sabotage ourselves by not allowing for, and because that's, if we are judging how our perspective and our priorities and what fills us up, how that's changed, then we're squashing our evolution right there. End of story, period. That's it. I mean, what you want and what is soothing to you is going to change because you're changing. Okay, so enough of that. Grace and generosity. Yeah, and we have a benefactor here, card number 3, but this feels very much like it's speaking to what we were just talking about. Being generous with yourself, giving yourself grace, giving yourself grace, giving yourself grace, giving yourself grace, giving yourself grace over and over and over and over again, as many times as necessary. I don't think that should ever end. Right? We're all doing the best we can with what we know right now. And we all did the best we could with what we knew back then, at the time, whatever time you're looking at, whatever comparison you're making. Here's the other thing, not making a comparison. So this new moon in Taurus is giving us this opportunity to allow ourselves to be struck, Uranus, with some unexpected insight into what does feel good for us. And I think that kind of mini practice that I entered into in the beginning here, go back to that, because allowing yourself to sit in and embody and be surrounded by that Taurean energy and experience whatever it is that you are creating at this time from that energy, how does that feel in your body? Because you're getting spiritual information through that sensory experience. Okay, let's see. We're going to do this is the Sacred Forest. Do one of these. And it's 11:22 on my clock. Speaking of, look, we have Phoenix transmutation. And there we go. Okay. Card is that? Card number 29. Oh, interesting. Moving forward after this. The information, this teachability, then we rise. Right? And it's the process of that is what alchemizes and integrates the information, allowing us to transmute any sense of limitation is what I'm hearing. Interesting. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Okay, so I'm getting a nod on 1122. Again, 1122, if you guys see that number in the coming days, allow that to be the sign that it is for you. that whatever you're considering or doing in that moment or feeling in that moment is guidance for you on this path, or on this, not path, on the process of restore. It's not even restoring, it's not recreating, it's reconfiguring potentially your foundation. And maybe you go through this process and you find that nothing needs to be changed. And that's totally fine too. That might be the case for some of you. This then is a confirmation for you that yes, I am moving in the direction that is most supportive of my comfort, of my ease, of my stability, of my nourishment, of my nurturance. Oh gosh, look, we have we have Earth Spirit, stability. What were we just talking about? I love it. There's that practice that I've mentioned several times now. Please go back to the beginning of the video. Do that. Walk through that practice. Okay, we'll do it again. Let's do it again. They're saying let's do it again. Okay, so everybody, let's take a couple of deep breaths. Put your feet flat on the floor if you're sitting in a chair. If you're sitting on the floor by chance, maybe put your hands on the floor. And so breathe in deeply, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and breathing out, 2, 3, 4. Once more, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and breathing out, 2, 3, 4. And so now I'm going to lead you in a short meditation. And this practice is one to take you out of the headspace, one to take you out of the emotional labeling or stories, and one to bring you into this Taurean energy, this sensory, connective experience. The experience of connecting your nervous system, the cells that receive the sensory input, and acknowledging that spiritual wisdom, information is transmitted through this pathway. So feeling into these connection points with the earth, feeling into your feet, feeling into your hands. Imagine yourself grounded upon the earth. Imagine yourself with roots and green shoots growing down from your physical connection points with the earth and growing up from Mother Earth, intertwining together, anchoring you to her surface. And now that you're grounded here, feel into the goal, dream, manifestation plan that is forefront in your mind at this time. And when I say feel into it, I invite you to allow yourself to be transported into that activity, that location, that situation, that environment, that relationship. Allow yourself to be transported in that place. In that energetic place. Allow yourself to be transported into that energetic place. Allow yourself to be transported into that energetic place. And now that you are present there, still feeling the groundedness, the connection to Mother Earth, feel into your body. in that energetic place. How does it feel? How do the cells feel? What are they picking up? Are they picking up electrical impulses so that your skin feels a bit tingly? Maybe the hairs on your forearms are beginning to stand up. Maybe in excitement, maybe in a bit of nervousness, maybe in a bit of sense of defensiveness. But rather than labeling them, let's feel into the sensory experience. We are moving away from the labels. So I will also move away from the labels with you. We will just feel into the sensory inputs, allowing the sensation to be the information, not the words, but the sensation. So let's focus on different parts of the body. First your feet, how are they feeling? Then your legs, how are they feeling? Remember, you have transported into this energetic space of your goal, your plan, the environment, the situation, the relationship, the location, the project that you're focused on at this time. How do your legs feel while you're there? How does your stomach feel? How does your heart feel? Your arms, how are they feeling? And your neck, you can roll your head around a little bit, gently, carefully, rotating it on, turning your head side to side. How does it feel? And from that sensation, what is that telling you? What is the wisdom about that energetic space that you are gaining through the physical sensations, this sensory experience? Remember, the spiritual realms are speaking to you through these physical sensations, the sensory experience, the sensory pathways of your cells, your nervous system. So how is that feeling? How does your face feel? What about your ears, your scalp, your head, your crown? How is your body entirely feeling? The entirety of your body. Feel free to sit with this experience as long as you'd like, until you have an understanding of the information being relayed to you through this Taurian energy, through this embodiment of your physical sensory system, and the information being relayed to you from the spiritual realm through this physical sensory system. And you can come back to this as often as you like through this time period, or even beyond. And for those of you that are ready to come back, let's allow ourselves to exit that energetic space of that project, that goal, that environment, that relationship, that situation. Allow yourself to come back into your physical body that's here in the present moment. Feeling into where your sit bones meet the chair or the floor. Feeling into where your legs touch the chair or the floor. Feeling into your feet upon the earth, upon the carpet. Maybe the wood floors, the tile. Whatever is below your feet. The concrete even maybe. Feeling into that. Moving your hands, your toes, your fingers, bringing your energy back into the physical body. And let's breathe in and out a few times to bring us fully back into the present moment. So breathing in 2, 3, 4, and breathing out, 2, 3, 4, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Once more, inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and welcome back. Thank you for joining me on that little practice. That's going to help you to feel into this energy of for you and your individual experience, and understanding where or if this foundation needs realignment. So we're going to do probably just one more card. Let's do the Golden Future Oracle by Diana Cooper. This is one of my favorite new decks. I love this one. This feels perfect for this time frame. Okay, one more for the new moon in Taurus, please. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you are notified in case you don't see it on Facebook or Instagram, because I know a lot of you probably watch from there. Oh, look at, oh my gosh, it's card number 22, the Master Builder. And it's the law. Act with common sense and responsibility. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay, so there's the balancing, right? And super interesting because we have the North Node is in Aries, which means the South Node is in Libra. Libra is symbolized by the scales, right? This is also the Justice card in the tarot. We have the balancing too of the two sides here. Everything is in balance on this card. And it feels very much like a balancing of your internal energies. Oh, interesting. No, I didn't realize, but it is not in perfect balance on this card because we have two different, slightly different images here. It's very, very slight, the difference. Wow, that's fascinating. The hands are different. Yes, it's a balancing of the divine masculine, divine feminine too. The balancing the energies within you. So this is, this speaks back to the Mars in Aries and the Taurus New Moon. And we have with Mars in Aries and then Venus in Taurus. That is divine masculine, divine feminine energies right there. And we have both of those in the sky right now. So balancing out the, I would recommend that if you haven't seen that post about 5-5 and the new vantage point, that you check that out, because this feels like exactly what we're talking about here. It talked about being in the flow of the unfolding of, it was a beautiful balance of action and pause, of action and receiving. And I feel like this is what this is speaking about. So, and the responsibility aspect of this card feels like being in responsibility to oneself. Certainly, I would never, well, it's not even worth mentioning, because all of you here are coming from the heart space. have an awareness of working from the heart space. Have an awareness of how your actions ripple out into the collective. So it's not even necessary to speak about it's not even necessary to speak about not doing things that are I can't even find the words to talk about it. So no, not doing things that are harmful. That's funny that they didn't even want me to say that. This is the point, right? So that's not even in that perspective. That's not even in the new vantage point. So having the recognition that because you've moved to this new vantage point, that when you're operating from that place, it is for the highest good of you and therefore of all. That's part of the balance too. Recognizing that what is done towards your highest good, the actions that you take when you are aligned and moving at a higher vibration, and I don't like saying higher vibration, but yeah, moving at a higher vibration and taking action from that place, taking action from guidance, then that is exactly the energy that ripples out into the collective. And so recognizing that when you take responsibility in operating from that place, you are making space and creating a wave that supports others around you in doing so. So doing something, taking a step that's for your highest good is not going to be harmful for those around you, because it's not even in alignment with the energy that would be harmful. Does that make sense? I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying here. Moving in balance, but understanding that you are responsible for yourself. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for your time, your attention, your openness to these messages, as always. If you haven't already, if this resonated with you, please be sure to like the video. And I will be back fairly soon. It'll probably be a couple of weeks, but I will be back. All right, much love to you all.